dug into it. Are we excited? Yeah. Hello y'all and welcome back to my channel. Today is a review I am hideously excited for. Some of y'all would have seen on, my Snapchat, my Twitter, my Instagram at this point, that I got the Besame Cosmetics 1959 Sleeping Beauty collection. Well, not the whole collection because that was like $270, but I did get the eyeshadow palette as well as the blush palette because, you know, it looked gorgeous and I wanted to review it, and y'all know I'm a sucker for aesthetically pleasing packaging. And this packaging is the epitome of aesthetically pleasing. I mean, y'all, it is literally made to look like the book from the movie. I mean, it's perfect. Now, Besame has done this once before. They did one for Snow White. That was their, like, first incarnation of the Disney Princess collection. And that one, I believe I anti-hauled it. That was 2 years ago. I don't know. The older you get, the more the years blur together. But it was actually funny. I got this one and was like, oh, well, maybe I would like to get the Snow White one because I have collector syndrome. And I looked online and people were like, $150. So that was a very short-lived thought. But here is the palette here. It is pricey. This bad boy be $68. And I do gotta say, part of the markup is most definitely this bougie and extra and fairy tale ethereal packaging, which, as beautiful as it is on the outside, I do have a little bit of, you open it up like this, like that. I do have issues because this is going to crease, and whatever, the more you open it and close it, and the crease will eventually start flaking. But you've got the Sleeping Beauty thing here, you've got a mirror, then it shows Maleficent, and then here you got the colors. I will say, part of the annoying thing is it's got this, like, plastic here, and because of the way it is, you can't, like, completely fold it back, so it's a bit of a pain to use in that aspect. Show you as best as I can. Here are the colors. I mean, this is honestly a genius way to curate a color theory because they're literally taking colors that were used in the film and turning them into eyeshadow. So obviously, a film, especially an animated film, the color story is pre-selected because they want everything to flow together from scene to scene and be cohesive and thematic. So taking colors from a already existing color story, I think, is just phenomenal because you've got the cohesive color story, and then you have also the nostalgia of, you know, you look at these colors and they bring back memories of watching the film because you look at them and you just get that feeling, that sensation of watching the movie. I also got the blush palette packaging on point. I will admit this is probably the first product that I will keep in its box because this is going to get so, like, dinged and scratched, and it's too beautiful. And we open it up here. You've got a, this is the Briar Rose blush palette. And you've got a Sleeping Beauty shade, Sleeping Beauty highlighter, Maleficent blush, and Maleficent highlighter. They do not have names, they're just colors. This is very much limited edition, still available on the site. I know that some Besame cosmetics are sold at Sephora, so I'm not sure about availability through that. And do keep in mind, if you do choose to order any of these, limited edition and licensed products are not eligible for return. You can exchange it if it's broken, but you can't return it to get your money back. I'm not sure what's all involved in that reasoning. And also, because for some reason with these things, limited edition and licensed products, you can experience up to like a 7 to 10 like delay for your thing to ship. And that was no joke. When they said 7 to 10 days, they meant 7 to 10 days. Y'all would have seen on my Snapchat. I would really like my Besame order shipped today. You know, it would be really nice if my Besame order shipped. Maybe it'll be shipped today. Who knows? Someday my makeup will come. But enough on that. Let us get into swatching these things awkwardly and talking about the 2 items I have in the collection on a whole. The collection also has a fancy mirror, a cream lip and cheek rouge, some lipsticks, and a translucent powder. I'm gonna start off with the least awkward item. I think this is $35 if I didn't say, which is pretty on par, I feel, for a blush palette. You know, you're gonna spend $40 from Anastasia, who knows, from Becca. It seems on par for high-end price, but we're just gonna do the 2 blushes first. I used a mixture of both. I actually used for blush, mixture of both of these, and for highlighter, a mixture of both of these. So I wore the whole palette today. I'm gonna go in here and in here, and we'll swatch them right there. Then this highlighter, and then this highlighter. Going on right there. Honestly, I'll just talk about this now. I think this is really, really nice. The colors are pigmented, but they're not like Cover FX pigmented, Laura Geller pigmented. They're a safe level of pigmentation. If you like pink and rosy, just very beautiful, flushed and gorgeous etherealness, I think this would be great. And I was actually very pleasantly surprised by the highlighters, because y'all know I love me a bangin' cha-cha-cha-cha highlighter, and I was expecting these to be, you know, on the more subtle side, because it's vintage inspired makeup, and I'm not sure how popping the highlighter was in the 1940s. But I don't know if you can see, but it was a really beautiful, beautiful highlighter that glided on smoothly and give you this beautiful, just like nice blended in, just... Yes, I was very, very impressed. This I would highly, highly recommend, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so because of what this eyeshadow palette is, the majority of the colors are named the actual colors that they are in the film. So you've got like gray, blue, 104. Some of them are just straight up numbers. So yeah, that's a thing. I'm gonna try to swatch these things as best as I can. All right, so like I said, I'm gonna try my best. We're gonna start off with gray blue 104, gray pink 109, and rose 105. Here we have that, and that, and that. I will admit, a lot of the rose shades, like here on the, oh my goodness, top row going on here, are very similar looking. I just don't want to hurt it. Then we've got Coral 02 and Adobe 02, which honestly only have slight tone differences going on there. Then on the second row, we've got Blush 105, 89343, which is this beautiful mustard color, and then Dust 107. Here we have them here, going on like that. And this is 89339 and White 106, which looks very green. Here we have that and that. Moving on to White 107, Beat 105, and Royal 106. Going on right right here, those blues are absolutely beautifully formulated. And 89396 right there. And then I started off with this shade, 89348 for my look today. Here is what they look like. I love this, but it does take a bit to build up. Definitely not the most pigmented green I've ever used. And I've used a lot of green. And this row, 89349 right here, 89350, and plum 107. Going on. Oh, that's so pretty. Right here. Ooh, that purple. That purple. She pigmented. Then last but not least, 39352 and 39353. I'm like a robot with all of this number reciting, and I'm going to do these two up here. Right like that. That was a horrible swatch of that green. I used that green, and when I used it, it was a lot more pigmented than that. Okay, so first things first, this is expensive. This is $68. That is a pricey palette. You can get Huda, you can get Natasha Denona. There's a myriad of high-end palettes that you can get for that price point or lower. And if you are looking for a palette that has these colors that are going to be hideously heckin' pigmented, move along, walk away. While a lot of the colors are really nicely pigmented, the majority of them are going to give you a more softer, diffuse sort of look. I know this is pretty extreme. It did take me a while to build this up, especially that first green that I started out with. And I must say, while I was building it up, it may have taken a while to build up, but they blended beautifully, like it was a perfect, seamless blend. The most pigmented shades are going to be gray, blue, and royal blue. These two right here, like I said, this one you had to build up. This one was nicely pigmented. This one, this one, this one. And a lot of the neutrals, I think them being softer and being more diffused, I mean, like I keep saying, I think it works for the type of looks you're gonna wanna get with this, because overall, it is just sort of a softer, more delicate, you know, very evocative of what the film is thematically and honestly, you know, what the fairy tale represents. So thematically, color-wise, all that going for it, absolutely beautiful. But if you want something that's going to be your one and done colorful palette, this is not gonna be it, because like I said, you're gonna be building up more, you're gonna be blending more, you're gonna be packing a bit more to get the opacity that you desire. That being said, if you're willing to build up more and you're willing to work a bit more and have some of the shades be a bit less pigmented and a bit softer, I think this is absolutely beautiful. I enjoyed working with all of the shades that I used. I've used the majority of them. These two I love. The greens I've obviously used. The blues. The only ones that I'm kind of like about are these ones up here, simply because they're very similar to one another. But everything out, it is just still a very unique color story, while still managing to be cohesive and working beautifully together. Like I said, you know, they're using colors from the film. What's the film? Thematic and structured. What's this? Thematic and structured. If you are a collector and you are, I mean, this is just absolutely stunning for the packaging, the theme, the collector, everything, and the eyeshadows. I would say this is definitely worth looking into. Now, it is a bit of a but that you can't return it, because, you know, it's like, oh, I got it, and, you know, say you don't like it. It's like, well, that's $68. But I have absolutely loved using this, as well as the blush palette. Would definitely recommend them both. Just keep in mind, that the eyeshadows to a certain degree are going to be less pigmented than, say, ColourPop or Colored Rain, obviously, even Kat Von D. Yeah, just your basic, bright, super more pigmented than Jeffree Star, Anastasia Beverly Hills. But, as y'all know, usually I am a 110% sucker for pigmentation. These may be a little less pigmented, but they are beautiful to work with. They just look so, I mean, I know I'm not the eyeshadow queen, but do you see how nice they blended? You know, they just work so well and beautifully with one another. So if you've been interested in this or the blush palette, I would say do it. I think they're absolutely beautiful products. If Besame keeps making princess and Disney whateverness, I'm gonna be buying it. So I don't know what I was expecting. I just, the whole Sleeping Beauty, I absolutely loved the color story. I mean, it's just absolutely stunning. It's an all matte palette, which y'all know is my shizness. Just an absolutely beautiful, beautiful product. It's probably going to be displayed, if I don't break it, it's probably going to be displayed somewhere on my shelfie shelf. There was that review. I know a bunch of y'all were very interested in hearing my thoughts on that, so there we have it. Obviously, let me know what you think. If you've tried other Besame collections, I also got the Mermaid's Lagoon one because it was like on sale, and I was like, I anti-hauled that. And I was on the site and it was on sale, and I was like, well, guess it's time to buy it. But let me know if you've tried other Besame products and what you think. If you have this, what you think. If you're planning on getting it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. And as always, keep it real. Mwah!